Channel development is a proposal to preserve and improve the water body health of the Le Sueur River watershed, located in south-central Minnesota. This watershed is a great example of a farming-dominated landscape that is on the verge of urbanization.
The watershed has its high point in the southeast, resulting in water moving from east to west. By dividing the watershed into smaller subsheds, the overall movement of water can be more closely examined. Nearly the entire land area is used for agricultural cultivation. The only land to refute this trend are a handful of smaller cities throughout the shed. At the northwest corner is the city of Mankato, which is one of the fastest growing cities in the Midwest. Due to this, the population is on a rise and urban sprawl is imminent. However, this condition would only worsen the overall watershed health.
The current condition of the watershed is dominated by agricultural runoff. Fertilizer from fields enters the runoff of precipitation and follows the natural topography into water bodies, harming the water body health and thus hindering recreational opportunities in the area. Traditional residential development would only worsen these conditions. The introduction of impervious surfaces would increase the overall runoff and result with even more nutrients entering the water body. Our proposal is to use the natural topography as a footprint for residential sprawl and build in a way to collect and channel the runoff into existing or constructed wetlands before they enter water bodies.
In addition to rivers and streams, these land use strategies will also protect major water bodies, such as lakes and ponds, when instituted in the surrounding land. For example, the area surrounding Lure Lake caters very well to these strategies. Currently, the land is parceled for mainly industrial agriculture use, with roads weaving through the parcels to reach them. The implementation of the design begins with locating the wetlands. Since the area of lowest elevation naturally collects water, they serve as the best wetland locations. From these wetlands, the water channel will sprawl into the land, also weaving between parcel lines to interfere as little as possible with the private land and take advantage of current road construction. The sprawl is influenced mainly by the topography, as they will reach into the higher elevations in an effort to draw as much water as possible into the wetlands, especially water that would otherwise run into the lake. These new water channels will create ideal areas for development within parcels in which the vast majority of runoff will flow to the wetlands, and the development will be connected by a large, sprawling recreational element, which may culminate at the wetlands in a form of a park area.
The beauty of this strategy is that it can be applied at larger scales, for example, the land surrounding Lure Lake. The same principles are used to locate wetlands, spread water channels, and create areas for development. These same methods can be used to develop the rest of the land in the watershed in an effort to address the Le Sueur River watershed issues in a larger and more impactful way.
This strategy is even relevant at the scale of an entire city. The case study of Mapleton is an example of this overall scheme playing out. Mapleton is an expanding settlement that is within the proximity of Maple River. By studying the topography, a route from the city to an adjacent low point is cleared of existing development to make place for the proposed intervention. This low point is developed into a constructed wetland, the location being chosen as the stormwater from the city will naturally flow to the area. Next, a central path is built from the city to the wetland to form not only a central flow point for the stormwater, but also recreational use and urban transit. From the central road, a web of smaller roads sprawl off in correlation to the topography to ensure any runoff along these roads and channels flow to the central channel. Again, these channels are developed with the intent of also being recreational areas to increase the overall buy-in of the project. Along these roads are built houses, apartments, duplexes, commercial buildings, and parks that would populate any residential development. And with the area's increase in population, the adjacent wetland can become a recreational attraction and a staple of the community while also serving as a buffer between the city and the nearby water bodies.
The processes described and shown would be implemented throughout the entire watershed, identifying the cities on the verge of expansion and renovation for creating wetlands in close proximity. These wetlands are chosen in relation to the overall water movement of the area as described by subsheds and the topography. Once developed, these wetlands are connected to the cities and the eventual sprawl can spread out from this connection. This strategy will help each individual city control its stormwater and, in effect, will improve the water health of the entire watershed.
The new developments being proposed for the Le Sueur River watershed will look very similar to current residential developments, the only major difference being the presence of water channels or wetlands flowing either through or near the developed land.
This change will bring communities more than just a way of addressing a runoff issue. It will provide each development with a recreational asset. The directional nature of the water channels lend themselves to becoming bike paths, hiking trails, park areas, and more.
Additionally, through recreation, these water channels have the ability to connect the people within a given community as well as the people throughout the watershed.